Adam woke up before the sun because silence helped him think. The small apartment was quiet except for the sound of the old clock on the wall. He moved carefully so he would not wake his daughter sleeping in the next room. Life had taught him to be gentle with mornings. Adam made tea and stood near the window watching the street slowly come alive. Buses passed with tired faces inside them. He knew many of those faces because he was one of them. Being a single dad meant every day started early and ended late. His daughter Lily woke up rubbing her eyes and smiling at him. That smile gave Adam strength even on the hardest days. He helped her get ready for school and tied her shoes carefully. They ate a simple breakfast and talked about small things. After dropping Lily at school, Adam went straight to work. The job was not easy and the pay was just enough. He worked with his hands and kept his head down. He never complained because someone depended on him. By evening his body felt heavy but his mind stayed alert. He picked Lily up and walked home holding her small hand. At home he cooked dinner and listened to her stories. Later that night, a neighbor agreed to watch Lily for a few hours. Adam rarely went out alone, but that night he felt empty inside. He decided to walk to the small diner near the bus stop. It was a place where no one asked questions. People came and went like passing waves. The diner smelled of warm food and old memories. Adam chose his usual corner seat away from the noise. He took off his jacket and placed it beside him. For a moment he just sat there breathing slowly. Families filled other tables and laughter moved through the room. Adam stayed quiet looking at his hands. He ordered soup because it was cheap and filling. While waiting he stared at the door without knowing why. That was when he noticed the woman near the counter. She held a small boy close to her chest. Her clothes were thin and her face looked tired. The boy rested his head on her shoulder quietly. Adam watched as she spoke softly to the worker. The worker listened and then shook his head gently. The woman nodded as if she expected that answer. She turned around holding the boy's hand. They moved slowly toward the door. Halfway there the boy looked back at the tables. His eyes stopped on Adam's bowl of soup. His stomach made a soft sound. The woman stopped walking. She stood there for a long moment, breathing in deeply. Then she turned toward Adam's table. Her steps were slow and careful. Adam looked up when she stood beside him. Her voice was low and full of fear. She asked if they could sit for a little while. She said her son was hungry. Adam felt his chest tighten. He thought of Lily at home safe and warm. He remembered nights when he had nothing but hope. Without speaking much he nodded. The woman sat across from him with the boy beside her. The boy stared at the soup like it was something special. Adam pushed the bowl toward them slowly. He told the boy to eat. The boy smiled and started eating carefully. The woman watched him with shaking hands. Tears filled her eyes but did not fall. Adam ordered more food without looking at the price. The diner noise faded into the background. 3 strangers shared a quiet table. The woman finally spoke and shared her name Sarah. She said the boy's name was Leo. Adam shared his name softly. They did not ask many questions. They spoke in short, simple words. Sarah said life had been very hard lately. Leo finished eating and leaned back smiling. It was the first real smile Adam had seen from him. Sarah whispered thank you again and again. Adam told her it was nothing. When it was time to leave, Adam paid quietly. Outside the air felt colder than before. Sarah held Leo close and looked unsure. Adam gave her a small paper with an address. He said it was a place that helped families. Sarah held the paper tightly like it mattered. Their eyes met for a second. Then they walked in different directions. Adam walked home feeling something new inside him. He did not know her story fully. But he knew that one small moment mattered. That night his empty seat at the diner meant something more. The night after the diner stayed with Adam longer than he expected. He lay in bed listening to the quiet breathing of his daughter in the next room. His mind kept returning to the image of Sarah standing near the door. He wondered where she and Leo had gone after they left. Morning came early as always. Adam woke up feeling tired but thoughtful. He made breakfast and woke Lily gently. She asked why he looked sad and he smiled and said he was fine. At work Adam moved slower than usual. His hands did the job but his thoughts wandered. He kept seeing Leo's smile and Sarah's tired eyes. He reminded himself that helping once was enough. Still something felt unfinished inside him. After work he picked up Lily and walked home. They talked about school and friends. Adam listened but his heart felt divided. That evening Lily stayed with the neighbor again. Adam did not plan it, but his feet took him back to the diner. The lights were warm against the dark street. He stepped inside and looked around quietly. Sarah was not there. Adam sat in his usual corner seat. He ordered the same soup but it tasted different. He felt foolish for expecting anything. Days passed and life returned to routine. Work, school and home filled Adam's time. But each evening the diner crossed his mind. He told himself not to search for people who were passing moments. One rainy evening Adam went to the diner again. The windows were fogged and the room felt calm. As he hung his jacket, he heard a small laugh. He turned slowly toward the sound. Sarah stood near the counter holding a tray. Leo sat at a table swinging his legs happily. Sarah looked cleaner and more steady than before. When she saw Adam, her eyes widened. She walked over slowly, smiling with surprise. She said hello like they were old friends. Adam felt warmth rise in his chest. He asked how she was doing. Sarah said they had gone to the place on the paper. She said people there helped them find a small room. She had started working mornings cleaning offices. Leo was eating every day now. Adam listened carefully and nodded. He felt relief without knowing why. Leo ran over and hugged Adam's leg suddenly. Adam laughed softly and patted his head. They sat together at the same booth. This time Sarah ordered the food herself. Adam noticed she paid with confidence. The boy talked about school and colors. The diner felt different that night. The table felt less empty. They talked about simple things. No one rushed to leave. After that night, they met again. Sometimes it was planned and sometimes not. They talked about work, weather, and memories. Slowly trust grew without effort. Adam spoke about his wife who had passed away. He shared how hard it was to raise Lily alone. Sarah listened without judging. She understood silence very well. Sarah shared her past carefully. She spoke about losing support and hope. She said some days felt too heavy. But Leo gave her a reason to stand again. Adam respected her strength. He did not try to fix her life. He only listened and stayed present. That was enough for both of them. One evening Adam brought Lily to the diner. Lily sat shyly at first. Leo offered her his fries without hesitation. They laughed like they had known each other before. Sarah watched the children with quiet emotion. Adam noticed her eyes shining softly. He felt something gentle settle inside him. Not love but comfort. Weeks passed and the diner became their meeting place. Sometimes they ate and sometimes they only talked. Life was still hard for everyone. But it felt lighter together. Adam realized something simple one night. He had not just helped someone stay. He had allowed himself to open again. And that changed everything quietly. Life moved forward quietly for Adam, and the days felt fuller than before. He woke early each morning with purpose and calm in his chest. Lily noticed the change and asked why he smiled more. Adam said sometimes people find light when they least expect it. Sarah worked hard and kept her routine steady. She cleaned offices in the morning and rested when Leo was at school. Each evening she planned small meals and counted carefully. Hope grew slowly like a plant that needed patience. The diner became a familiar place for all of them. It was not special but it felt safe and warm. Adam chose the same corner seat every time. Sarah liked the window where light came in softly. Leo grew more confident with each visit. He talked about school friends and drawings. Lily listened and shared her own stories. The children laughed easily and forgot the world outside. Adam watched them and felt a deep quiet joy. He had worried about opening his life again. But watching the children together eased his fears. Nothing felt rushed or forced. One evening rain fell hard outside the diner. The sound filled the room with calm rhythm. Sarah arrived late with tired eyes. Adam noticed and asked if she was okay. Sarah sat down and took a slow breath. She said work had been harder that week. Her hours were cut without warning. She worried about rent and food again. Adam listened without interrupting. He remembered that fear too well. He did not offer solutions right away. He offered presence and understanding. They sat quietly for a moment. The rain softened and the room felt close. Sarah said she hated asking for help. Adam said asking meant trusting, not failing. That night Adam walked them home. The street lights reflected on wet pavement. Leo skipped ahead counting puddles. Lily held Sarah's hand carefully. At the door Sarah paused and thanked Adam. She said his kindness changed more than one night. Adam felt his chest tighten softly. He told her they were helping each other. Days later Adam received a call at work. It was from a friend who ran a small shop. They needed someone part-time for morning hours. Adam thought of Sarah immediately. He asked her at the diner that evening. Sarah listened with surprise and caution. She said she had little experience. Adam said willingness mattered most. The next week Sarah started the job. She worked carefully and learned fast. Her confidence returned piece by piece. Leo beamed with pride when she told him. Adam noticed changes in himself too. He felt less alone even when by himself. He cooked with more care at home. He talked more openly with Lily. One night Lily asked if Sarah was their family. Adam paused before answering. He said family can grow in many ways. Lily smiled and said she liked that idea. The diner staff noticed the group as regulars. They greeted the children by name. The corner booth felt like it belonged to them. Warmth filled the space naturally. Sarah laughed more freely now. Her shoulders no longer stayed tense. She shared small dreams she had forgotten. Adam listened and remembered his own. They talked about the future without pressure. No promises were made. Only honesty and care were shared. That felt enough for now. One evening Adam stayed behind after the children left. He stared at the empty booth across from him. He realized how much had changed. Loneliness no longer defined his nights. He understood that kindness had opened a door. Not just for Sarah and Leo, but for himself and Lily too. Life had connected them gently. Outside the diner lights glowed softly. Adam walked home feeling steady and hopeful. The path ahead was uncertain, but he was no longer walking alone. Time continued its quiet movement and life settled into a gentle rhythm for everyone. Adam no longer counted days by stress but by moments of calm. Each morning he prepared breakfast with care and patience. Lily noticed that their home felt warmer than before. Sarah balanced work and home with growing confidence. The small shop trusted her more with each passing week. She learned quickly and earned steady hours. For the first time in a long while she planned ahead. Leo changed the most in ways that mattered deeply. He spoke louder and laughed more freely. School became a place he enjoyed instead of feared. His drawings filled their small room with color. The diner remained their shared space. It became a place of comfort rather than chance. They did not need reasons to meet anymore. They simply showed up and sat together. One evening the diner was unusually quiet. Only a few tables were filled. Adam arrived early and waited with tea. Sarah came later holding Leo's hand. Lily followed behind carrying her school bag. The children slid into the booth like it was home. They shared food and stories without hesitation. The room felt peaceful and full. Sarah looked at Adam with thoughtful eyes. She said she had something to tell him. Her voice carried both hope and fear. Adam listened closely without interrupting. Sarah said she had been offered more hours at work. It meant better pay and stability. But it also meant moving to a small place farther away. The words hung in the air quietly. Adam felt many thoughts rise at once. He was happy for her progress. But he felt the weight of distance. He reminded himself that growth sometimes meant change. Lily and Leo sensed the shift in mood. They grew quiet and listened. Lily asked if that meant no more diner nights. Sarah smiled softly and said nothing had to end. Adam spoke gently and honestly. He said distance did not erase connection. He said care was not measured by space. Sarah nodded slowly, feeling understood. They talked long after the food was gone. No one rushed the moment. The decision was not made that night. But trust deepened through honesty. Weeks passed and plans took shape. Sarah found a place still close enough to visit. Work improved and stress eased further. Life did not feel fragile anymore. Adam supported her without holding her back. He learned that real care meant encouragement. Lily watched and learned quietly. She understood strength through example. The last night before the move, they met at the diner again. The booth felt smaller and fuller at once. They laughed over old memories. Leo hugged Adam tightly without words. Sarah thanked Adam again, but differently this time. Not from fear but from gratitude. Adam said they had saved each other. That truth felt complete. The children promised to visit often. Plans were made with excitement, not sadness. Hope filled the table completely. No one felt left behind. After they left, Adam stayed a moment longer. He looked around the diner slowly. He remembered the night he first sat alone there. He realized how much one choice had changed everything. Adam walked home under soft street lights. His steps felt steady and light. Life was still imperfect and real. But it was full of meaning now. At home, Lily hugged him tightly. She said she was proud of him. Adam smiled and held her close. He knew love had grown quietly in their lives. The diner would always be part of their story. Not because of food or chance, but because kindness had found a place to stay. And that was enough.